The film you're about to see is about a product you sell, Purina Dog Chow. Wherever you are right now, in your office, in a hotel, or at a TV station, we'd like you to hear about Dog Chow's 1960-61 advertising campaign right from the source, here at Checkerboard Square. Speaking for Purina Dog Chow, here's Dick Vineyard, brand advertising manager.
It's been another good year for our Purina Dog Chow. Thanks to this fine product and to some good advertising, and most of all, thanks to a good job of selling and merchandising on the part of you salesmen, we've not only held on to our leading dry dog food position, but just since last year, we've become the largest selling dog food of all, canned, dry, or what have you. It's nice to be on top, but it has its own problems. For one thing, you become the #1 target of the other dog food manufacturers. You can be sure that as long as we're selling as well as we are, Purina Dog Chow is going to be copied in every aspect of product formulation, advertising, promotion, and merchandising. Well, that makes our job pretty clear. We can't just sit still. We've got to think ahead of our competition. We've got to plan ahead, sell ahead, merchandise ahead, and above all, advertise ahead more than ever before. Just remember this. Purina Dog Chow is still the very best dog food on the market. And with the really big advertising support we're about to outline in this film, the company expects to get a 13% increase in sales next year. What do I mean by big advertising? First of all, I mean more television than ever.
For our product, we know from experience that nighttime network television gets our sales story to more families, more effectively, at a lower cost than any other medium. Here's a familiar face. It belongs to Jerry Mathers, better known as the Beaver. This fall, we're continuing to sponsor Leave It to Beaver on the ABC network. It'll be Beaver's 3rd year as a Dog Chow salesman. And for the first time, he'll be staying in the same time period for 2 consecutive years, Saturday at 8:30. This will get Beaver off to a running start without having to build a new audience.
Cheyenne, Cheyenne, where will you be camping tonight?
Yes, Cheyenne will also be back for Purina Dog Chow. As we expected, when Clint Walker returned to star in this show, Cheyenne jumped right up into the top 20 and stayed there. Along with millions of other TV fans, you can look for Cheyenne every Monday night at 7:30 Eastern Time on ABC. These are the television programs you're already familiar with. Now, here's something new. This fall, a great new show, never before on the air, will replace the Rifleman in Purina Dog Chow's advertising lineup.
Howdy. I don't reckon you fellas know who I am, but I hope maybe this time next year we'll be well acquainted. My name's Wayne Rogers. See, I'm going to be working in Purina Dog Chow's new show. It's called Stagecoach West, and it'll be seen from 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesdays. Now, as the title indicates, this is the story of the men who drove the stagecoaches between Missouri and San Francisco right after the Civil War. Yep, it's a Western, an unusual Western. We think we got the makings of a real winner. Look at the producer. 4-star Films. Same studio that makes The Rifleman, The Detectives, and Zane Grey Theater. Look at the length of the show. 1 hour. Enough time to tell a good story. And I might add that 1-hour Westerns on ABC have a 31% rating advantage over all other evening programs. Look at the cast. Co-starring, co-riding with me on Stagecoach West will be Robert Bray. There's a boy, too. Richard Eyre. Real good little actor. He plays Bob Bray's son in the series. Yeah, there's even a dog. But back in those days, I'm afraid he had to settle for table scraps. Of course, we might be able to introduce him to Purina Dog Chow during the commercials. Anyway, besides Robert Bray, Richard Eyre, and myself as continuing actors, every week we'll have well-known guest stars like Betsy Palmer, Donna Meachie, Phyllis Kirk, Guy Madison, many others. Let me show you what I mean about Stagecoach West being a good show. Here's a shortened version of our first episode.
I'll give you a hand up here, in case this team decides to spook. We're gonna need these.
No, thank you. You'll excuse me, I think I'll go to my room. That is, unless you want to change your mind.
No. I think maybe that stage got held up in the rain. I wouldn't want to miss it.
Westbound stage just pulled in. I didn't think they'd make it tonight in this storm. Go on, Davy. Howdy, Matt.
Stormy night, huh?
Yeah.
You know somebody on that stage?
No, I thought for a minute I did. I must have been mistaken.
You get a room for the night for my boy and me?
I'm sorry, sir. The best I can offer you is a blanket and a hayloft.
Well, I don't mind for myself, but for the boy.
That's all right, Matt. He can have my bunk. Slept in lots worse places than the Halo. If you don't mind, Mr. Kane.
How could I mind?
Come on, Davy. I'll show you where you sleep.
When you get back, Luke, I'll be glad to buy you a drink.
I'll be glad to drink it.
Luke, you asleep?
I haven't made it yet, but I'm trying.
I won't keep you awake long. I'd like to ask you a favor.
Sure, you did me one. I always believe in turnabout.
You like Davy, don't you?
Wish I owned him.
Well, if anything happens to me, I'd like you to see that he's taking care of him the way he deserves.
What's going to happen to you?
He might get shot.
This country, that could happen to just about anybody. I got shot a couple of times myself in a recent argument between the states.
You're a little young for that, weren't you?
I go into VMI. When the trouble started, we all enlisted.
Newmarket. Battle of the Babes.
Take it you were there.
I was there. I might have been the one who shot you. I went to West Point.
It's a good school, too.
You haven't said yet whether you'd grant my favor.
You haven't told me who you think is going to shoot you.
Hardin.
You sure of that?
I'm sure.
Just one thing we can do. Try to shoot him first.
I thought of that, but I haven't got a logical reason I can prove. So I have to go along his way.
You're taking a real short odds.
I know that. That's why I asked about Davy.
All right, Sam. I'll see he gets along the way you'd like.
Thanks, Luke. Now I can go to sleep.
I'm glad you can. You got me thinking. Plumb impossible for a man to sleep and think at the same time.
Pop, wake up, Pop.
What's wrong, Davy?
I got a message for you.
Being up so early.
I got hungry.
Was that the message?
No, I'm not hungry now. That lady down there cooked breakfast for me. She wants me to tell you that Mr. Hardin's waiting for you.
You don't have to go.
I have to face up to him sometime. Might as well be now. Where are you going?
I just thought I'd go out there with you. I happen to remember I got a shotgun stowed on that stage down there.
No, Luke. You stay here with Davy. I won't be long.
You better take your poncho. It's still raining outside.
Thanks, son. It's a good thing I got you to look after me.
I'll go get that shotgun, Mr. Perry.
No, Davy. Come here, boy. Could be your dad might pick it up. If he doesn't, I'll go get it soon enough. You wait here and don't you move till I get back. Hardin! Well, this is it. End of the line.
Not anymore, Luke. We've got some orders. I'll pick up my bags later. Well, so long, Luke. Thanks for everything.
Simon, you got any plans?
Not yet.
Well, I've been waiting on this letter for a couple of months. The company's extending this run on West to a town called Outpost. Asked me to take charge of it. Over the hills and far away.
You made a good choice.
Trouble is, I need a driver. A man I could depend on. A man like Simon Kane, if he'd have the job.
Well, there's nothing I like better, Luke, but Davy here's got to have a home, go to school.
Oh, I wouldn't mind, Pop. I don't like school too much anyway. Some of those kids are pretty stupid.
You're going to go to school and don't give me any arguments.
Yes, sir.
I thought maybe we could lick that, too. I figured the three of us might build a house, and while you're going on the run, I'd be there to sort of look after things, providing, of course, that I have some authority over the small fry standing there, in case he needs a tanning while you're gone.
Think he's got the authority, son?
I guess he has. He's bigger than I am.
The combination of Cheyenne and Leave It to Beaver already reaches a total audience of over 18 million television homes every week. Now, with the addition of Stagecoach West, we expect to bring our total audience to an average of over 30 million television homes, watching our commercials every week. That's over 2/3 of all the television homes in this country. However, just as impressive as the size of our audience is the kind of people they are. You know, young families with lots of kids are most likely to have dogs. And those are exactly the kind of folks who make up the biggest part of our audience. As good as TV is for Purina Dog Chow, you and I know that certain consumer groups need extra advertising pressure. Well, here are the magazines we're buying for hunting and sports dog owners. Field and Stream, Outdoor Life, Sports Afield. Now, the ads themselves will look like this. Realistic photographs of working dogs in action. We'll be talking about condition and the Purina Dog Care Center, because working dog owners are interested in the research that goes into dog chow. Now, we're also running 7 big ads in the Progressive Farmer and in the Farm Journal, aimed directly at farmers, and pointing out that a prepared dog food like dog chow benefits dogs just as other Purina chows benefit livestock and poultry. The facing page will be an article of farm dog tips by Tex Fawcett, director of Purina's Dog Care Division. Through this feature, we'll pick up extra interest and increased readership of the ads themselves. Kennel owners are also a special market for dog food, and we'll be placing a great many ads in the kennel trade magazines. Then there's the medium and small town families who own more dogs than the average. To sell them dog chow, we're continuing to advertise in Family Weekly. See the way the ads are set up? They read like a story. Calling the dog at chow time. The dog in action going for Purina. Then eagerly anticipating the meaty flavor of Purina as it's poured into his bowl. And finally, the famous eager eater lick. Now, add up the kennels, the farmers, the working dog owners, the small towns. Our magazine campaign is designed to catch the attention of these particular people. However, as you well know, the great majority of our advertising money is being spent on TV to reach the great majority of dog owners. For these average dog owners, our selling rests on the idea that Purina Dog Chow makes dogs eager eaters. Now, we're going to hold on to this eager eater idea, because it's still very successful. But we do have to keep it fresh. We have to find new ways of saying and showing a dog's eager reaction to Purina dog chow. In a few minutes, I'm sure you'll see that our next series of TV commercials does have a fresh look. We call it The Dog's Eye View. What we've done is to build a special motion picture camera that will let us see Purina dog chow as though we were looking through a dog's eyes. Those two big mirrors on the front of the camera work like a periscope in reverse by lowering the level of the camera lens to about 6 inches from the ground. Notice how your eye level changes as the camera moves in on this dining room table. You see? A dog's eye view. Here we're shooting a part of one commercial. The dog, I mean the camera, runs down the stairs, under the table, and into the kitchen where Purina dog chow is waiting for him. Stronger than any words, the dog's eye view expresses the feeling that Purina is really a dog's dog food. And if people want to know what dogs like best, they have to look at it from a dog's point of view. Stronger than any normal photography, the dog's eye view seems to pull the viewer into the screen and lead him to our product. Here's how this new technique works within the context of the whole commercial.
Hey, what's the matter? You hungry?
Every eager eater has his own way of saying chow time. And chow time means Purina dog chow. Look at it this way. From a dog's point of view. Purina dog chow is a dog's dog food, packed with pure appetite appeal. Rich, delicious chunks of solid, meaty flavor the dogs really come running for. From your point of view, Purina dog chow is easy to feed. Just pour and serve, moist or dry. Knowing that Purina has all the food value dogs need for good health and prime condition.
So make your dog an eager eater now with the rich, meaty taste of Purina dog chow.
And how? If this active little eager eater seems to be having fun right now, you should see him at chow time.
Here, boy.
And chow time can only mean Purina dog chow. Look at it this way, from a dog's point of view. You see, dogs really come running for the meaty, eager eater taste that belongs only to Purina dog chow. From your point of view, serve Purina dry or add water if your dog will wait that long. Either way, rich, delicious Purina dog chow has all the food value dogs need for good health and prime condition.
So make your dog an eager eater now with the rich, meaty taste of Purina dog chow.
And how?
Now that you've seen next year's campaign from a dog's point of view, the question is, how can you use this information on your sales calls? So, right now, let's look at it from your point of view. You're making a call on a customer. For just a minute, you check over Dog Chow's consumer advertising. A real bundle of magazine ads to sell heavy users. 3 network TV shows for the average dog owner. Leave It to Beaver, Cheyenne, and the new program, Stagecoach West. You remember the good-looking, strong-selling ads and commercials we're going to run in these magazines and programs.
Purina dog chow from Checkerboard Square makes eager eaters of dogs everywhere.
Now, how do you make it all pay off in shelf space and volume for you and your customer? Tell the customer the facts about dog chow in terms that will make sense and profits for him. Remind him that Purina dog chow provides more consumer advertising support than any other brand of dog food. Actually, this advertising reaches 2/3 of his customers 3 times in 4 weeks. And it's consistent, year-round support, not just a flash saturation campaign. When you ask your customer for more shelf space, tell him that Dog Chow is one product that's going to move out of that space fast. After all, it is the best-selling dog food and still going up. Because of the increasing number of new consumers attracted by our advertising, sell your customer on the idea of having plenty of the 2 1/4 pound sampling package on his shelves. In short, from the dog's point of view, from the consumer's point of view, from your customer's point of view, and from your point of view, Purina Dog Chow is all set to sell in even greater quantities in 1961. Let's make sure that it does. Thanks, and good luck.